Hey guys, Doug Lorcana here with a tier list video for set 8, uh, Reign of Jafar. I'm gonna go through each of the different colors for a little video series and just do a tier list of the cards and talk about them, see which cards are good, see which cards are bad, and just describe what I think of each card, if it's got potential, if it'll see play, if it's bad, if it's going to be meta defining whatsoever. I've got my tiers over here and then the cards over here, and I'll make a video for each of the colors. And yeah, so hopefully these don't drag on too long. I like to talk. Those of you that know me, I'll talk for hours and hours about the most average card imaginable. Um, yeah, I'm gonna try and get started before it takes forever. We'll start off with the legendaries because I think also they're just the most synergistic, particularly Bogo. Like half these amber cards are bodyguards. Well, not half, but a large amount of them are bodyguards, and Bogo will be a large factor on if bodyguards are playable or not. So we'll start with him. He's a 6 cost, inkable, 5/5. Good stats already, as long as the text lives up to the potential, which it pretty much does. It's during your turn, it's got a similar Mufasa effect, but it's only during an opponent's turn. Sorry, not your turn. When one of your characters with Bodyguard is banished, you can reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a character card with cost 5 or less, you can play that character for free, otherwise put it on the top of your deck. So this is just significantly worse than Mufasa, because yes, if they don't have to kill, let's say they kill the bodyguards, Bogo effect still stays in play, unlike Mufasa, but he doesn't trigger it, and it's also like not a lot of very good bodyguards in the game right now. There's a few, but just like you kind of have to build the entire deck around him, whereas Mufasa, you just throw him into an amber deck for a little more be prepared insurance. And Bogo doesn't really accomplish that because he's not just something you can throw into a deck. He's something you have to build a deck around, which I definitely welcome. It's just people instantly think Mufasa, and I think this card is very different than Mufasa. Yes, people make decks around Mufasa, me included, but like this makes you stray way too far from a playable package, as that I'm aware of, for it to be super good. I'm gonna put it in a has potential C tier category because yes, if they print enough good bodyguards over time, this could be good, especially in an Infinity format. I just don't think it's gonna be playable currently, and I don't think it'll be meta defining or see play at all. Next we have Goofy, Groundbreaking Chef. He's 3/4 2 lore, 4 cost. Pretty good stats overall. 3/4 for 2 lore, 4 cost. That's already vanilla. And then he has effect. End of your At the end of your turn, you can remove damage from each of your other characters. Ready each character, you remove damage from this way. It's really good in a. I'm thinking like Amber Ruby songs. If you're playing things like Teeth and Ambitions, he's also really good with Mr. Smee and traditional Amber Steel. I'm noticing like just how good he would be with Mulan, and then one drop Ruby Mulan, and then you play Lantern, and then you play Goofy the turn after, and he just heals your Mulan a bit, leaves a little bit of damage on it, so the effect happens multiple times. The fact that he readies them, I think, is what really changes things. I think he has potential as well. I'm not sure if he's going to be played. I'm going to put him in playable, actually. I think just his synergy with Smee means he'll be played. Sorry, he'll be playable, especially with rotation approaching. But I don't think he's good enough right now to push out any cards in current Steel Song show. I'm not quite sure if Amber Ruby song-based decks are there yet. I mean, it could be played in Lantern Fossa for the reasons I described. Uh, you play Mulan, Lantern, then Goofy, but then you're kind of weakening your Rapunzel power. I'm gonna put him in playable. He has other synergies, obviously, but Those are the ones that are like instant value, I'd say. There's some more depth to it. Like in Steel Song, you can damage a character with Storm and just use its effect, etc. Moving on, we got Wreck-It Ralph. If you know me, you know how much I hate racer decks. Well, they don't exist, but you know how much I hate that Ravensburger is pushing racer decks this hard, because I love Amber, Ruby, Mufasa decks, and I feel like they're kind of ignoring it. This set, it's gotten some cool stuff, which we'll get into, but yeah, moving on with this card. I also don't think this card's super good, because vanilla 7 cost, sorry, a vanilla 6 cost is a 7/5 2 lore. So this, yeah, you can shift him out. That means you have to play copies of another Wreck-It Ralph, but it's uninkable. um, like, this is worse than Nessus. Yes, you can get a card back from the discard. It means you have to be forced to be playing racers, and you gain one lore from its effect. So I'm not a huge fan. I'd rather just play like any other discard recursion. I think it's a D tier card. Next we have Ka. Don't think this card's super good. When it quests, chosen opposing character gets -2 strength, gains reckless. I instantly think about green-yellow discard decks running Kita into the sea. But a lot of the time, you want that card to be singing rather than questing, right? It's also its main synergy revolves around the Muses, but the Muses is the same turn as Ka on curve. Yes, you can play a 4-cost card on turn 5, I understand that, but like, if it cost 5, it would have better stats, right? Just more efficiency. So for that, and it's also uninkable. So for that reason, I'm gonna put it in D tier. Next we have the Colonel, Old Sheepdog. He's a puppy deck card, 3/6. When you have 3 or more puppy characters in play, it gets +2 strength, +2 lore. A 3/6 is a 4 cost? Yeah, it's a 4 cost vanilla, and then you give it +2 to make it 5/6, which is I think that's a 5 cost vanilla. 5 cost is like what, 4/7? Yeah, or a 5/5 2 lore, and then +2 lore, which just, I think the only way, you have to trigger its effect for it to be worth it. And having 3 puppy characters in play, that's definitely doable, but like, by turn 5, I think I'd just rather play more puppy cards. I'm gonna say it's definitely playable. Like, the card's playable in a puppy deck. Is it going to see play in a puppy deck? Like, I mean, this is assuming puppy decks will see play, but like, just, I don't know. It's playable, but just because if this was uninkable, it would be D tier. Yeah, I'm thinking between these two. I'm gonna put it in B tier to be generous, though. Next we have Joey. It's a 3/3. Remove 1 damage when it quests from each of your characters with Bodyguard. It's definitely a BOGO deck card, but it is D tier because, like, why do you want to remove 1 damage from each of your characters with Bodyguard? You'd rather just let it pile up for a Rapunzel. Also, 1 damage really doesn't make much of a difference. Then we got Vanilla Dewey. I mean, it's vanilla. Huey, Dewey, Louie deck. Sure, if it somehow becomes a thing. That's the only reason I'd put it in C tier. But it's not going to become a thing, so I'm just going to throw it in D tier. Next we have Pluto. 2/7/2 lore. 6 cost uninkable. This card is just worse than a vanilla, even when it has its effect. Sorry, it's equal to a vanilla when it has its effect. So if he has no damage, he's a reverse Nessus. Nessus is a 7/5 2 lore. What's Snoops? Isn't Snoops a 4/8? Yeah, so I'd rather just play Mr. Snoops. Yes, he gains support, but support's just not that good. Turn 6. Like, I'd rather, if I'm looking for support, I'd rather play Judy Hopps, which is the same colorway as Pluto. So yeah, it's D tier. We have Donald. This card's pretty strong. It's something Mufasa players have been asking for. Like, yes, the draw isn't as good. Like, I still, as a Ruby Mufasa enjoyer, I wish it was better, but I mean, I'll take what I can get at this point, especially since they keep printing racer cards. But you have its synergy with Piggy Bank, which on its own, I think Piggy Bank is a playable card. And also, I think Donald you can play without Piggy Bank, because if you're playing like Gaston's, you can play him pretty early. When you play him, your other characters gain the exert draw card this turn. It's got a really strong body, 4/8, doesn't die to Zeus, doesn't die to World's Greatest Criminal Mind, doesn't die to Brawl or Medusa. Like, it's very good stats, good effect. It's worse than Surfer Stitch. I currently, full disclosure, I've been playing with this internally with a Mufasa deck. So not internally, in testing, early testing with some friends of mine, and it's been doing pretty alright. What I've noticed though, for the most part, is a lot of the times when I play it, I run into this issue of like, do I really want to draw the card? Because whenever I play him and I have characters to exert, a lot of the time I'd rather just quest. Surfer Stitch, I can still quest with those cards in play. Donald, you can't quest, but I've been playing it with Raya, the 4 cost that readies when you ink, and what's been working with that is I'll play Donald, I'll quest with a card, and then I'll ready with Raya, and then I'll exert. Sorry, then I'll ink to ready with Raya, the card that quested, and then I'll exert to draw a card. But like, it's just a lot more setup, and that's why I've been only playing at 2 of. It's definitely gonna see play. It's not meta defining though. Moving on, now we have a meta defining card, Lady, 3 cost, 2/2/2 lore. That's already almost vanilla. Vanilla's a 2/2/3 lore for 3 cost, but it's basically a 2/2/3 lore because you get to play a character with cost 2 or less for free. You can drop a Mistress to Me at the same time. You can drop, like, it doesn't even have to be a 2 cost. It can be a 1 cost. Like, you could drop this lady plus set 7 lady. It's a really good card. This is meta defining. Just super good with aggro. I think another thing to note is its strength with Floodborn Green Clarabelle as well. You can dump your hand, draw more cards, kind of thing. Next, we have Only So Much Room. It's an action. Return chosen character 2 strength less to their player's hand. Return a character card from your discard to your hand. My issue with this card is this kind of colorway is aggro based or song based. Green yellow discard, all about songs. And then green yellow Chernadog is aggro. So this just doesn't fit in either of them. Its effect's not bad. You get to bounce a character 2 strength or less, like its Cloud Kicker effect, and you can also return a character card from your discard. So it's like Cloud Kicker effect plus draw, but it's just not super it. I'd rather play Cloud Kicker, because then I get a body on board. It costs 1 less. Post rotation, you might play it if Cloud Kicker doesn't come back. It's inkable. I'm gonna put it in C tier. I don't. There's some action cheating you can do in green as well. I just think its cost is too high. If this was a 3 cost, it would be B tier. Next we have Louis. He's a 2/3, 2 lore character being challenged. Challenging character gets minus. So while it's being challenged, challenging character gets minus 1 strength. So it's basically a 2/4, 2 lore. That's vanilla stats. A Huey Dewey Louie deck might see play, but otherwise it's not going to see play. I'd rather play Benja or something. Yeah, I get Benja's not Amber, but... moving on, we got Bruno. Very good card. If it wasn't uninkable. Issue is this card is very expensive to play. You have to pay 5 to get him out. And then, like, his effect's strong, but he's uninkable. So this card's going to rot in your hand a lot of the time in this colorway. Well, this archetype Amber Amethyst Songs is, in my opinion, it's a relatively aggro shell, so a shift 5 is expensive for it. I don't think this is a mid-range shell at all, so I don't think it's really going to see play because in an aggro-based shell, it's just too expensive for an uninkable. That's why I'm throwing it down there. Here we've got Candy Drift, 2 cost inkable action. This card is 1000% seeing play. Very good card. I've been playing this in my Mufasa deck, believe it or not, because I drop a beefy turn one, and then or I play like I don't know a Julieta or something, and it makes them take out a Robin Hood, a shift Robin Hood. Yes, they get banished, but who cares? The card was cheap anyways, and I get to draw a card. If this didn't say draw a card, it wouldn't be good. But yeah, I kind of wish that it was chosen opposing character, and obviously it'd be broken. This would be an insane Dragonfire, but like maybe remove this text for if it's an opposing character. That way it can take out what are they called, illusions. But yeah, this is gonna see play for sure. It's not meta defining though. Next we have another meta defining card, another lady. Uh, Ravensburger loves Turner Dogs. This card is better than the set 8 lady. It's a 0/3, beefier so it doesn't die to storm. Inkable, so it's 1-cost inkable. And also, it has a bit of bite to it. You can play on turn 2 1-cost plus that 2-cost tramp because it costs 1 less because this is a lady. And then all of a sudden it can quest for 3, or it can challenge for a good amount too. It's a good card. Here we have Charlotte LaBouffe, a 1/3, 1-cost. Yeah, you think vanilla, but this right here is what matters. It's a princess. Oh, it's also an ally. Didn't even realize that, but I've been playing this in Mufasa as my Candy Drift target because I've also been playing Wreck-It Ralph, the 7-cost that fetches a princess. So I've been playing this because with Candy Drift it kills Robin Hood and other 6 toughness characters. Unlike Nala. Nala only kills 5 strength characters, which is relevant because Robin Hood's in the meta, and there's other 6-cost characters like Hades and stuff like that. But it's also a princess, so I can ban if it's banished or in my discard for any reason, I can take it back with a Wreck-It Ralph and gain 2 lore. It's better than Mini for that reason. Next we have Darling Deer. I've been playing this in an aggro Mufasa deck because I played Doc turn 3, turn 4 I played Darling Deer, and then I buff up my Daisy so it quests for 4. It's pretty funny. I'm not sure where else you'll be playing it because it's pretty expensive for an aggro deck card. I think it's extremely limited to decks that run Doc or Lantern because of that. But its effect's strong, plus 2 lore. It's really good. Off the top, it's not super insane because, I mean, it's 5-cost, 4/4 with no instant enter the battlefield effect, but it's definitely playable. Might even be we'll see play for that reason. Yeah, I'm going to put it in we'll see play. Next we have Ludwig von Drake. Another card that I think is going to see play. 2-cost, uninkable, 1/1. Yeah, those stats aren't ideal, but it ramps, so it's like Grammatala effect, the set 1 Grammatala. And then when he plays a character, he shows an opposing reveals their hand and discards a non-character card of your choice. So it also has bare necessities. It's really, really strong card. The only thing limiting it is the color combo. This deck color combo hasn't really been a thing since set 1. Go back to set 1, this card's insane. But right now, the color combo's lacking. Puppies hasn't really taken off yet. Maybe the set it takes off, but I'm going to put it in Will See Play because if people are playing puppy decks, I think this card gets played. And if this color combo does ever arise, this card will see play. If this color combo is something like red-purple, in terms of strength, like if Amber Amethyst was red-purple level strength, this would instantly be S tier, but because of that, I'm putting it in A tier. Next, we have Mirabelle Madrigal, 1-cost, 0/2. When you play this character, you may reveal a song card to gain 1 lore, so it's technically a 0/2 2 lore in song decks. So in Steel Song or in Amber Amethyst Song Aggro, I think it's A tier because it's just a good aggro card as long as the aggro deck's playing songs. Next, we have Huey, another card that I think will see play in A tier because when this character quests, you pay 1 less, so it's Doc effect, but it's a turn earlier for the same stats, just 1 less lore. And it's uninkable, which is very relevant. I don't think I'm going to be playing Huey because I'm a big Lantern believer, and Lantern kind of replaces Huey. But it's a character. You get a character on board. So it does flip off Mufasa unlike Lantern. Um, so I think it's going to see play. I'm not sure if it's the right choice to play it, but it's still a good card. Next we have Patch. He's a 1-cost uninkable ward 0/2. If you have another puppy character, quest for 2. So this is a 0/2 quest for 2 if in a puppy deck. Like literally Patch triggers off himself if you have another Patch. But I think the main thing is that it's a ward. So a quest for 2 with ward, it's really good. Also, it's a puppy, so shifting, you can use the puppy shift super pup or whatever his name is on turn 3, almost guaranteed. Like maybe they play One Last Hope on a 2-cost or something to kill Patch, but it's a 1-cost, so it's bad trade for them. Anyways, like puppy decks, if it gets enough, this is definitely S tier. But I'm gonna put it in A tier because like similar to Ludwig, the color combo is just not there yet. Next we have the Nephew's Piggy Bank. If you have a character named Donald Duck in play, you pay 1 less to play this item. Good card. Is there 1-cost Donald? There might be, but I just think the card is the inside job part. You can remove it, and it's not super relevant. I think the payoff, the payoff for the card is in the payoff. Text is it's ice block, except it's till the start. Excuse me, except it's till the start of your next turn. This is good for decks that want to play like you can play this and then turn 3 Daring Visitor. Makes it kill Ariel Spectacular Singers. Sorry, Sisu Daring Visitor. It's a good card. Wish it was inkable. If this was inkable, it would be bananas, but because it's uninkable, I'm gonna put it in A tier. I'm not sure if I'd prefer this over Scrump or not. Yeah, it makes Donald more playable, but yeah, I don't know. It requires a little more testing. Definitely not S tier. Potentially B tier, but for now I'm putting it in A tier. Next we got Perdita. 1/4. While you have a puppy character in play, this character gets +1 toughness. So this is vanilla stats plus a relatively weak effect. Its effect is relevant because it makes it better than vanilla. It's also Perdita, which is a shift target for a new blue-yellow Perdita, which I think I have around here. Yep, right beside. So that's a shift target that's pretty beefy, hard to take out. So I'm going to say it's playable. Then we have this Perdita, which has a very good effect. 4/6/2 lore on 6. I mean, that's the slightly worse than vanilla stats, but its effect is when you play this character, you can put all puppy character cards from your discard into your inkwell face down and exerted. I think the main issue with this card is it kind of like contradicts itself with what the deck kind of wants to do. Like, kind of similar to Bruno. At least this card's inkable, and it's a lower cost than Bruno. But puppy decks want to go fast. Yeah, so your puppy cards will be in your discard, so you can throw them into your inkwell, and then there's that Pongo that plays puppies from your inkwell. But like, why do you need so much ink if you're playing aggro, right? So for that reason, I'm gonna put it in playable as well. Next we have Pua. This is a good card. This will see play, I think. Actually, maybe not. It's a bodyguard 2/2, so weak stats. Like this is worse than 2-cost stats, like 1.5 cost maybe. But it has this effect: when this character is banished, you may draw a card. So if there's a BOGO deck, where's BOGO? If there's a BOGO deck that runs Amber Amethyst, it's gonna be played for sure. Draws a card when it dies. I'm gonna put it in playable. I think it's decent in aggro as well. Here we got Dalmatian Puppy reprint. It's going to see play in puppy decks, guaranteed. Not going to go too much more into it. We have Minnie Mouse, Bodyguard. This character is going to see play. If there's a BOGO deck that is Ruby, This card will definitely see play. It's good with Lantern as well in a red yellow aggro deck. So like you can, for example, Daisy into Lantern Daisy, and then next turn you Mini to protect them, and then you can Rapunzel the Mini because they're probably not killing the Mini on the turn it's played. Pretty good card. I'm not playing it in Mufasa right now because I'm not on Lanterns. So when you're not on Lanterns, this card isn't super good, but it's a good card if you are on Lanterns, and I think it'll definitely see play. Next we have Rhino and his shift target. Rhino, good card. 4 cost, shift 2, 4/3, 2 lore, and has resist 2 when it has no damage on him, which is very relevant. Especially in a deck that's Amber that runs healing. But my issue with Rhino is if this said 5, this card would be ridiculously good, because then it could sing a whole new world, but it can't sing a whole new world. And I mean, it's a good dueling card, but I just think that that's not really what the color combination needs right now. So, and also, the shift target isn't super good. He's a 1/2, 1 cost, -1 until the start of your next turn on play. Potential for both of them. We'll see. Maybe the meta shifts around post rotation, where more challenge-based Amber Steel is something. But for now, it's definitely not going to see play. Here we've got It Means No Worries, part of my favorite Disney song, Hakuna Matata. My issue with it is it costs 9 sing together and it's uninkable for an effect that just doesn't scream, oh my god, I want to play this card. You return 3 character cards, so pretend it just says draw 3. You pay 2 less for the next character you play. So, yeah, it's a song, so I get that it's ramp, but like, if I remove the you pay 2 less, would I play this if this costs like 7? No. I'd rather play Look at This Family, I think, in that case. If this was inkable and cost 7, maybe, but it doesn't, so I'm going to put it in D tier. Next we have Clawhauser. Singer 4 on 3 with Bodyguard 1/4, 2 lore. He quests for 2 as a bodyguard, it's not bad. But, I mean, it's a 1/4. Dies to, like, a sneeze. Dies to Madame M. Fox. This thing may be playable if Bogo's playable. Then we got Choose Your Person. Remove up to 3 damage from chosen character, and remove up to 3 damage from each of your characters with Bodyguard. Decent Bodyguard card. It's a 1 cost. I wish it cantripped. Removes up to 3 damage is pretty strong. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in C tier. This card is S tier for sure. This is kind of what Green Yellow's been looking for as a. Turner Dogs had a decent weakness to Be Prepared, where there's like not really locations that you can play to help offset it. Tramp, on the other hand, does offset it. So yes, Tramp dies to Be Prepared, as does every character. But before, a lot of Turner Dog players, if they're expecting Be Prepared decks in the tournament they're attending, they're playing like Mufasas or something to offset it, which just hasn't been super value for them, because you got to kind of make them, you got to punish them for playing Be Prepared. Currently, like I said, Mufasa's the only card that kind of does that, but now Tramp does that. During an opponent's turn, when one of your characters is banished, you may draw a card. This includes himself, so if you drop him and they brawl you, you still get a card draw, and you're probably questing him because he's shifting in for 2 on a character that costs 2 or 1 if there's a lady in play that already quests for 1. So like +1 lore plus card draw, technically, worst case scenario, I'd say. It's pretty good. We got Antonio. I'm going to take his Jaguar as well because they kind of are relevant together. This card is decent in a aggro deck, aggro songs, because when you play that song, you draw a card, you reveal a card to all players. You can then play Antonio the turn after, sorry, his Jaguar the turn after to gain a lore. So they do pretty well together in a Amber Amethyst Song aggro. I don't think the combo is really there yet, but it has potential for sure. This card, I think people are sleeping on this card. I mean, it's just, I mean, obviously it's not crazy good or anything, but this card does a very unique thing that people don't, I think, are overlooking. Like, you instantly think, yeah, it removes damage. It's a 1-cost 1/2. You could be thinking the Pirate Rabbit or Timon from set 1, but this card's on quest, so that means the healing's relevant on curve. You play Jean turn 1, and then you play, I don't know, Lantern Mulan or Gothel, and this quests and removes damage, so that character is more available to challenge. That's been a problem with Red Fossa or decks that run Mulan Gothel in general, that those cards don't really get to challenge early unless they just want to die themselves. Jean can offset that. I mean, I'm not saying the card's good. It's definitely got potential though. Next we have Jim Deer, 2-cost 0/4 bodyguard, beefy bodyguard. Um, definitely will see play. I'm gonna put it in potential. Sorry, definitely will see play with BOGO decks. Or other bodyguard decks. Could see play in aggro because this is 0/4. I can actually put it in playable. Like, compared to Pua, Jim Deer's pretty good. We got Tiana, Singer 6, 2/4, 4-cost, uninkable. I hate uninkable. When you play a song, each opposing character gets -1 strength until the start of your next turn. I'm instantly thinking about Song aggro and green-yellow discard. But the issue is same turn as Muses. I wish this cost 3 and it was a 2/3. Or I wish it cost 5 and it was inkable with maybe a 3/4. Then I would like it a little more. It's got potential. At least, like, unlike Ka, this character is at least singing to get the negative strength effect. But it's only -1. It's definitely somewhere in one of these tiers. I don't think it's probably not getting played, but maybe it does. Next we have King Candy, Racer, King, Villain, but a lot of cool characteristic trait stuff that works with a lot of synergies. His effect is when this character is banished, you can return another Racer card from your discard to your hand. So this is card draw in Racer. Well, sorry, a cantrip in Racer for the most part. 3-cost inkable. It's good, I think. If they could also make a shift. It's playable in a Racer deck right now. Otherwise, I don't think it's playable. Probably C tier. Here we've got Calhoun, 4/5, 2-lore bodyguard. So it's 1 cost more than vanilla. Vanilla would be for example, the Hey in Steel. That's 4/5, 2-lore, 5-cost stickable. But when it's banished, it gains lore. And most of the time, this kind of text is tied to uninkable in Amber, like looking at Blue. But my issue with this card is it doesn't synergize with BOGO super well. Because it costs 5 or less. If this cost 1 less and it was like a 3/4, I would say it's good. But it costs 6. So for that reason, I'm going to put it in C tier. I think it has a place in like some weird aggro deck, or like maybe even Fossa, because it can come in and protect your Gaston on curve or something. But I don't know. I don't think it belongs in B tier. Here we've got Rolly. Really good ramp card, but it kind of contradicts similarly to Perdita. This one up here. It's just like, why do you need to ramp so much in an aggro puppy deck? If puppy deck was control, then yeah, this card would be crazy. But like, you play him, you can put a character card from your discard in your ink while face down exerted. Like, this isn't even just limited to puppy like Perdita is. So this is better than Perdita in that case. But like, my issue with this card is Amber Sapphire isn't super good. It's definitely playable. And I'd say it has higher upside than Perdita, because like, Similar, I'd say it's similar to Ludwig, that it can be played in an amber sapphire core, that like a shell that isn't puppy based, even though he is a puppy. But there's just that shell doesn't really exist. So he's B tier. We've got Trials and Tribulations. Chosen character gets -4 strength until the start of your next turn. It's a song for notably green yellow discard, and also for uh, Amber Amethyst aggro song. It's relevant. I wish it cantripped, like Paying the Roses Red. It kills illusions. I'm gonna say it has potential. You know what? I'm gonna put in playable tier. I still think Painting the Roses Red is better because it draws a card. And a lot of the time, like, if this said -5, it'd be a little more different because then it would let Muses bounce a Maui Half Shark. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna see play necessarily, especially not in, like, top lists. Then we got Bolt 04, Quest for 4, 3 cost, inkable, character enters, plays exerted. Very good in a bodyguard deck. Also good into decks that like focus on ramping early, like looking at you. Red blue items. Like DKP can probably answer this with a Maui. Actually on curve, it gets to quest at least once before Maui, I think, on play. This is playable. Next we have Alma Madrigal. During your turn, when one of your more characters sings a song, you can ready those characters. Lets you sing twice, but is singing twice super important in this colorway? And it's also expensive. Stats are nice. I'm gonna say it has potential. If this kind of ink combo becomes like mid-rangey, this is good. But I don't think this. If this color combo becomes mid-rangey, I don't think it's gonna be song-based. So it's probably D tier or C tier. But yeah. So we're gonna go over in future videos, we're going to go over the other colors, so stay tuned for those. But for now, yeah, this is our Amber Reign of Jafar set review / tier list. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you agree with my points. Let me know if you think I've overlooked a card, or if there's like something that I haven't really fully realized. Like, this is a lot of first impression stuff, other than the Mufasa cards in particular, and even some of those I haven't tried, like for example Calhoun. I haven't done a lot of testing with a lot of these cards, so yeah, if you guys have done testing with things, or if you guys are seeing something I'm not, just let me know. I'm looking forward to seeing your comments. But yeah, see you guys in the next video. Thanks for tuning in.